Welcome to The Turnover. The format is simple. Take 3 multifamily media network hosts with a maintenance background and put them together. The twist is that, like maintenance in the apartment industry, they have to respond to the unknown. You see, 2 of the hosts don't know what the topic is. The fun part is there's no limit and you get to listen in. So what ideas are we turning today?
Welcome to another episode of The Turnover. I have prepared my dear friends and co-hosts, Paul Rhodes and Mark Sharp. I have not told them what we're going to talk about today. I have just prepared them that I am about to get on a soapbox. I will apologize to my friends, my family, my loved ones, my co-workers, and definitely these 2 gentlemen. But I saw something on our LinkedIn pages in the last couple of weeks, and it really just infuriated me. Mark, Paul, you and I have debated this topic publicly and privately on numerous occasions. I saw a promotion for, and this is not a brand name. Let me make that perfectly clear before I say what I'm about to say. I saw a promotion on a LinkedIn page for an AI mini market, and I screamed at my phone and I threw it across the room. Because they had spelled vending machine wrong. Somebody, and it was probably AI, saw a picture of a vending machine and called it an AI mini market, and I lost my stuff. And the reason is because AI is not for everything. It is not for every business. It is not, but now we are attaching it to everything. This is reminiscent of when the iPhones first came out and everything had an I in front of it. It's an iHome, it's an iWatch, it's an iPod, it's an iPad, it's an iToilet paper. Callback. It is just add an I. And so now we've gotten to the point where we've just added an A to the I. And I'm over it. What are we going to have next? AI screwdrivers? Are we going to have AI hammers? It really has gotten to a point where it's ridiculous. And an AI mini market, if you are a supplier, if you are of AI mini markets, feel free to send us a question. I would love to talk to you about it. But it's basically an iPad strapped to a vending machine. And instead of somebody coming out, and multifamily is known for having vending machines at their properties in all shapes and sizes. Instead of somebody walking out once a week or once a month, looking at your vending machine, your beautiful vending machine, and going, oh, you need some cans of soda and you need some bags of chips. The AI sends a signal to the company. That's all the AI does, right? All the AI, and I did a little research on this. That's how upset I was and why I'm on such a soapbox about it. Is that it basically just says what you're short on so the company can bring it. It is taken away jobs of that regular delivery person that would be going to the site and having a relationship, or even somebody at the site calling the vending machine company and saying, hey, we're a little low on our energy drink. Can you guys come by and make a stop? So let me jump off of my soapbox and ask my question. What else is AI being added to that you have seen that it didn't need to be? We don't need an AI maintenance technician. Oh, maybe we do, but maybe that was a bad example. Mark, edit that out in post. We don't need to add AI to everything, but I know that you guys are ingrained in this and watching it the same way that I am. And it doesn't have to necessarily be in the apartment industry, even though that's the space that we're constantly focusing on in our lives. What else is AI being added to? And what are the effects of that?
To go back to your soapbox, your example, Chris, if you can't charge more for a vending machine, but you can charge more for an AI mini market.
Just like, to go back to a phone is a phone, a cell phone was a cell phone until you put an I in front of it.
Yeah. So it's more luxurious. It's more like bougie, to use a proper term here, that we have this really sweet AI mini market versus, hey, let's go check out the vending machine, right?
Okay, I'm sorry. We just got to pause right there. The way you said that, we have this really sweet mini market instead of a vending machine. That encapsulates the whole thing right there.
Yeah, and I understand the business. It's just, come on.
Here, before I add any comments, I would just like to take this moment for Chris to admit, for listeners who happen to see our debates that we've done 2 or 3 now, if you've listened to them, Chris, I don't even think he realized the fact that he now has to eat a little crow, maybe?
Oh, it does not taste good.
But in all seriousness, this AI thing and listening to the maintenance mindset, I've got some episodes that are either out or in the process of coming out that address this directly. We as a society, and I agree with you, this is bigger than apartment maintenance. This is massive. And my thinking right now, where my brain space is at, is that we're in trouble, potential trouble. Yes, the laugh line of Terminator is a documentary, not an entertainment film. That is a reality. But I really got thinking about this I saw a couple episodes of a podcast and read a book by a guy by the name of Brett Weinstein. And he is an evolutionary biologist. And he's talking about this technology. And he looks at the knowledge and how we as humans have evolved. And he's talking about AI, the fact that it's already here. And Chris, you said we don't need an AI maintenance technician. And for listeners, if you happen to catch my face, it's here.
Oh, yeah.
There is a robot that is deployed in commercial buildings right now that does a better job of cleaning toilets in commercial. They set this robot off in the building at night, and every night it goes through every stall, does a better job of sanitizing the toilet area than all of the human beings did. Outside of apartment maintenance, there are robots that flip burgers, that drop French fries in restaurants, that over duration are cheaper than human beings are, and they show up every day.
Right.
They're there. So how far away are we? Brett brings up his statement, which really got me thinking about this, is that we're entering a time with artificial intelligence of going from something that is complicated to the truly complex. And we as human beings don't know the outcome. What we do know is, from a computer technology standpoint, is there are things that in our modern world, this technology does a better job of than human beings. And we, as human beings, don't know what that means, because we have never, ever encountered or butted up against a technology that does this. To answer your question, I will go one further. That we don't need is the mini mart. Here, as we're recording this right before Apartmentalize. And when you guys go through the Las Vegas airport at Apartmentalize, if you haven't been there lately, whenever you fly to there's one of the terminals, and I can't remember which terminal it is, you go down this long escalator in order to get to the train to get to luggage. At the bottom of that escalator is a mini mart, like a full convenience store with 0 people manning it. You walk in, you scan your phone, and that, using whatever wallet app you have downloaded on your phone, it logs you into the store. You go take stuff off the shelf. There's cameras that watch you take stuff off the shelf. And when you get finished, you just walk right out. And because it tracked your phone, because it did everything you did, it automatically bills you. It is all artificial intelligence run. The only human beings involved in that whole store as regular employees are not employees of the store. They're employees of the products. In other words, they go in and, it's my understanding, they stock the shelves. So in other words, you have a human-sized vending machine that the human goes into, selects the product, and walks out, never having talked with a human being. And how many people are out of a job? How many individual things? And on from one viewpoint, I admit, yes, the owner of that artificial intelligence mini mart has a profit margin which is much, much higher. Because it's in an airport, I can't say that their prices are lower because of that. But okay, fine. We're not going to talk about profit motive. There is a real reasoning crisis. And Chris, you brought it up, of we don't need, wait a second, our entire capitalistic society, which I'm all for capitalism, we're built on that profit motive. And right now, that profit motive, people are the most expensive thing, which means if we can get rid of the people, then we can make more money. However, there's a real crisis, meaning a crisis.
Yeah.
And that's where Brett Weinstein comes in, because as human beings, we have to work. We have to have something that we apply our mental knowledge to. We have to have something even that we apply our physical work to. We've got to sweat. We need to work against or towards something. And AI, this technology, is going to take that away. And that's where that complexity comes into play. We haven't even identified it yet. So my direct answer to your question, what has artificial intelligence been applied to that drives me batty? My answer, everything artificial intelligence. If it is automation, which is different than artificial intelligence, automation, I'm all for it. I think it's great. It is helpful.
That's your burger flippers. That's your...
Yeah, apps. Those are those things. What bothers me about artificial intelligence is everything it's applied to. That's what bothers me.
Yeah. Mark, I want to give you a chance to give me some of your thoughts. Do you have any examples specifically about branding? Because that's really what it comes down to for me and my soapbox, right? I do still love AI, Paul. I think AI is great, but I think that branding something AI is the problem, right? What artificial intelligence are you using on a vending machine? Let's be real, right? In comparison to what most of us think AI is. Mark?
It's the new buzzword.
Yeah.
It's the new hip thing. It's just the new. So of course, everything's going to be AI. It's you have AI water faucets. You don't even need to turn on it just senses
It knows you're thirsty.
And it's time for some water, Mark. And it's like, oh, let me check my AI watch. Yep, I'm low on hydration. It's just the new buzzword.
Yeah.
It's the new thing. But I have another question, and maybe this is the wrong time for it, but I know AI's here. I know AI is taking over a lot of things. It's removing a lot of the human error. It's like AI shows up to work every day, right? AI doesn't get in an argument with its significant other, or AI doesn't not sleep well or get drunk and hungover, or whatever you want to say. So the things that they're using AI for, especially in like multifamily, do you think it's there because there aren't enough people to do it properly, or is it there to replace people. Does that make sense? We're in an employment crisis. We're trying to bring people into our industry and we can't. So it's okay. If we can't bring people here, we're going to create systems. We're going to create things in order to make up for that loss. Not to say that we need an AI mini mart. I'm sorry. But I think that some of it is there, and like an episode that we recorded that will air later, it's like, what other jobs, what other opportunities have entered the multifamily space because of there being a need? Somebody at first established that there needed to be a painter way back in the day. Somebody established that there needed to be landscapers. There needed to be whatever. So somebody has said there needs to be an AI mini mart in every A+ property across America. You know?
So I am gonna, Paul's chomping at the bit, and I'm gonna give you the chance. But on the next episode of the Turnover, Mark, we're gonna cover exactly that question. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a little bit of a cheat. But you know what? We play things fast and loose here. Paul and I now know the question that Mark is going to pose in the next episode of the Turnover. So with that, thank you for joining me. Yep, that is the question. I'm calling it right now. This is my episode. I get to say, for however long we're talking on an episode, I get the call. So thank you all for joining for another episode of the Turnover, where we turned over Chris's soapbox question of, is AI getting a little bit too much? Thank you to my illustrious co-hosts, Paul Rhodes and Mark Sharp, for another interesting conversation. Subscribe, ask us questions in the comments, send us a video comment.
Bell. Wherever the bell is on your screen, hit the bell.
Yeah, like, subscribe, reach out to us. We want to hear from you. And with that, thank you for joining us for another episode of The Turnover. Come back next time. It's going to be fun.
Now it's your opportunity to respond and let us know what we missed. If there's any topics of conversation you'd like us to turn over, head over to MultifamilyMediaNetwork.com and leave us a message.